Hey guys,
Hey,
welcome back to another episode of our podcast.
yes, we're back. And today, maybe, I mean, today we want to talk about just like why is it so hard to talk to people sometimes, like this social anxiety we developed as a society because it's so common nowadays. Like, maybe what's the root of it? What's our opinion? Do we have social anxiety?
Yeah, I think it's a good topic to talk about because I think that we both have experienced that in the last few years, maybe more than anyone would expect to go through, or maybe for us because we didn't really have it before, but because of moving to a new country and all of that, it like developed to be more difficult for us.
Yes. And also, I feel like we got to have this social anxiety because of the quarantine, because how deprived we've been of socializing and going out. And slowly, when things changed, it never clicked the same.
Yeah,
Also, yeah, as you said, we've moved here 5 years ago or something like that. And when we did the German course, we were also like, it's you're shy and stuff, learning a new language. I still am a lot. But yeah, back then we were super shy, and it was like a big reason for why we had this like social anxiety. We were scared to go like up to a desk or like to ask something, or in a store when you couldn't find something, you were scared to go ask the workers like,
yeah,
hey,
definitely.
can you help me out with this? It was like at that level. And also, maybe, I don't know, just socially we never approached people that much, to be honest. And the language was a big barrier for us.
I agree with that, especially the thing that you mentioned with like socializing is something that you just get used to, I feel like. And when you get deprived of socializing and you lose this sense of how to do it and how to go around it, it becomes more difficult and harder to gain what you once had again.
Yes.
And this thing with like us having this big change and coming to Germany and the language barrier and needing time to like learn the language so we could socialize and not socializing during this time with anyone and being shy and afraid and embarrassed and all of that caused it to be harder for us when we were maybe more comfortable with speaking the language and more maybe confident. Like maybe you would be in a store right now and you have the confidence to go ask a worker where's the thing you're searching for, you know? But because we haven't done that in so long and yeah, we just aren't used to it anymore. And it becomes harder to rebuild what you once had. And it takes time.
Yes, and not just socially, like outside, but for example, during school time when there was just like Zoom meetings, there were just Zoom meetings, and we weren't like turning on our cameras.
Mhm.
So like our expressions were so
That,
dead. We lacked expression, facial expressions. And then coming back to school was so intense when you had to have like group projects and presentations in front of the class,
Mm-hmm.
or read something or do something like that in front of like everybody and have like all that attention. I must say that it was so hard for me, and that's actually the moment I had my very first like panic attack, when after quarantine I had to go back to school and I was struggling with the language and my confidence and everything. And I was in German class and I had to read something, and I was super shy and like nervous as fuck. I did read that thing, but I did many mistakes because of, first of all, the language. Also, I was nervous and I felt so watched and stuff. And then my teacher also didn't help a lot because she did made a comment afterwards saying that what happened with my German over summer and stuff like that. And I just felt like I couldn't breathe anymore. I was kind of like, she shocked me with how much she tried to understand me, which was nothing at all, like zero. And then I went to the toilet. I was like, what the fuck? I almost fucking broke the chair. Oh no, no. Jesus Christ. Like, I'm so scared. Anyways, I went to the toilet and I was trying to like calm down and just ignore her words and everything like that I felt in that moment. But it was super hard to breathe, and to like my mouth was super dry. And yeah, I was just like not in a good place right then because of this, like social anxiety. I was always so scared, and I still am scared to be active in school. And I don't know, respond to things because of my German level and of how much people actually judge, at least in my school, at least in my class. You know, I don't want to blame it on German people, because I did meet some people that are nice and they don't judge me whenever I do mistakes, or I try my best, you know. But in that like circle at school, I felt really uncomfortable, and I never wanted to get engaged in like any kind of like school projects. I would have literally preferred to struggle by myself than having to deal with other people, and especially other people in my class that I felt like we never, at least in this new class I got into this year, it was so like such a distance and cold feeling between all of us. There were many girls in my class, and they kind of had like their own group, and I used to have like a really close classmate of mine that I was sat with, and whenever he wasn't there, no one in the class besides like some guys were talking to me, and like the girls never like came up to me. I would like pass by them in the hallway or like sit with them outside of the classroom whenever it was locked, and they would never like engage anything like a conversation with me. They never asked me something personal or less personal, anything at all. And yeah, that's also something I'm glad that I dropped out of school this year, because I did. But I will go back next year. I mean, in August. But I'm so glad that I got to get out of that class, to be honest. It was so toxic for me. I felt very lonely. And I felt like I can't, you know, sometimes you feel when a person is nice and you wanna get next to them, or you wanna talk to them, and sometimes you get to make the first step because you like their vibe or their like aura or some. It never occurred to me in this like situation. Like I never wanted to get close to any of these girls. I did got closer to a guy in my class, but he dropped out some time ago as well. And every friend of mine I had in school dropped out, and I felt very lonely. And so, yeah, here I am. I'm kind of went on another path, started venting.
No, but I do actually relate to that because I don't want to say I have the exact same experience as you, but I do have a pretty similar one since we've both went through the thing with like the German course, and we both know how it feels like to be in an environment where there are people around you that you can communicate with, because first of all you're like everyone is new to each other and you don't know the language and yada yada. And other than that, for me, after I was done with this course and I moved to the school where I am right now, it was very difficult for me at the beginning as well because my level of German at that time wasn't really that good as it should have been, for like in my opinion. And I just got thrown into this class with like German people all around me, and with from like different ages. Like some people were my age, some people were older, and sometimes people were talking to me and I wasn't understanding stuff, and I was just like like laughing it away and shit because of how anxious I was. I literally used to try to come to class in the last minute before the bell rings, so no one would try to like talk to me, or so I wouldn't engage in any type of conversation outside of the like class. And I used to leave immediately whenever the teacher called it like called the class done and like we can go. And that kind of made my social skills go even more down, because some people would say that, or I actually know a lot of people that were, oh my god, where these chairs are gonna kill us or something. Anyways, but I actually know a lot of people, I was saying, that also experienced like the exact same beginning as we did with like the language barrier and so, but they still like were so like more brave, if I could say, to just go up to people and try to communicate with them, even though they know that their language is not the best, but they were still trying to like get through with what they were trying to say. But as I said, because I went through like quarantine and staying at home a lot, and as Elena mentioned, the Zoom calls that we were having where we weren't having our cameras on and our expressions were dead, we lacked that. And also for me at that time, it played a big role, like my appearance, because I was really, really much more insecure than I am right now. And I think your self-esteem plays also a big role when it comes to socializing with people, because if you have a low self-esteem, then obviously that doesn't help at all in just going to people and starting a conversation with them. And this went on for the like this first year of school, and in the second year, like my class changed completely and there were new people there, and much more people that were around my age and some people that I found really cool. And there is this like girl that tried to like approach me multiple times, and we started like standing together outside during breaks and smoking and like chit chatting a bit. I was sometimes thrown into like bigger groups, which was making me like literally panic because I was scared if someone would like ask me a question or so and I wouldn't even understand it or what they want from me, and I would just get so embarrassed in front of all of the people in the group instead of just having conversation between me and someone else, you know? Because I also like felt watched, like when I'm being asked something, everyone is like watching me or waiting for me to answer. And I always trying to find an excuse to like slip out of the group. I'm like, oh, I need to go to the bathroom, or someone's calling me, or something like that. Like, literally, every time I used to find an excuse to just go, basically. Which makes me also feel bad for the other people that try to socialize with you, you know? Like, because I put myself in the situation where I'm trying to be friends with someone and communicate with them and show them that, like, I don't give a fuck how you talk or how many mistakes you made, because I'm understanding that it's not your mother tongue and all of that. And for the person to not show the same like for effort, you know, and it was making me feel bad. First of all, because I was panicking and being anxious, and second of all, because I know that I was hurting people that actually wanted to be friends with me, and I was just pushing them because I was being nervous. But also, as Elena mentioned, there are these type of people that show you a bit of care and interest, and there are other people that maybe don't really mean it that way, but that even makes it worse for you to socialize and communicate with others because of stupid words or expressions they just throw out of their mouth without thinking about what they're talking about. Because there was also this other girl in my class that also showed a bit of interest in me, and I was low-key like down to be friends with her, you know? And we started like sometimes chatting from time to time. Sometimes we were standing as well outside of school during the break or so, smoking. Anyway, but because I'm like so socially awkward and I can't even like initiate a conversation or keep up a conversation, and when a topic ends at some point, it's just weird and awkward silence basically. It gets really uncomfortable sometimes. And I always mention this to people, like, I'm sorry, but like, I'm really socially awkward, like, don't mind it. Or like, I'm insecure of my language, like, I know I make so many mistakes or so, you know? This girl still like once she like literally there was this like awkward silence and she was like, you don't really chat a lot. And I was like be fucking for real, like thank you for telling me actually. Like, of course, I know that you think I don't notice that I'm nervous and I'm socially awkward and I can't keep up a conversation. Why would you have to point it out again like that? Or, I don't know, once I was sitting outside by myself and she just happened to pass by and she stopped and she sat next to me and we chatted a bit and then it was awkward silence again. And then she literally was like, if I'm like disturbing you or keeping you away from holding you from doing something, then I can just leave. And that made me feel so bad. It made me feel so bad because it meant to me that I gave her the impression that she's annoying me, which wasn't the case because it happened before that I told her I'm socially awkward and I'm weird. And when she said that, it makes me even feel more bad that I'm making her feel that way. And literally, both times that this happened to me, I went back home crying. I went back home crying, and it made me not want to socialize with people at all because of such situations I'm scared of being put in. And as I said, maybe people are not really meaning it that way, but it actually hurt. Especially people who are so extroverted and they just say whatever is on their mind without thinking about it. It could hurt so fucking bad sometimes. Like so bad. They just can't even imagine how bad it hurts and how much worse it makes it for someone to actually not want to be friends or socialize with anyone they want to do that with. But yeah, I don't know. I think with the time, I mean, for me, like from what I've experienced, I've come to grow out of that phase a bit like slowly out of it. But I wouldn't say that I'm so much completely out of there. Like maybe 25% out of there, but I'm still having that type of feeling, especially with the language barrier. It's the biggest factor when it comes to like socializing in this country.
Yeah, that's definitely low-key the main factor.
Yeah, really.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, me personally, I feel like I'm very, not very, but I'm quite extroverted.
Yeah, like I wanted to say that like it's so weird because for example, you would go to people and like ask them maybe a question, or like maybe in a restaurant you'd go up to a waiter and ask for something or so. I these count to social skills because literally I get panic attacks from this kind of stuff. And you aren't like shy of doing that when it comes to like speaking in English, but in German it's impossible.
Yeah, like, I am, as I said, I feel like I am pretty extroverted, but I do find myself like, when I'm in a situation, I don't know, maybe it's a younger person or I don't know, something like that, that even though I did that before, that going up to people, ask them about something because I need it or whatever, um, I did find it hard sometimes. But I also found myself in many situations where, when, for example, you have to make a call at a certain like institution, and you have like that that rehearsal in your head of what you have to say and how the conversation might go, so you prepare like multiple responses.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did that as well, but sometimes I don't even give a single fuck, and I just press call, and then when they answer, I'm just like blank, and then when they answer, I like freestyling that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes I care more than other days. I think it also depends of my mood and how much I'm like, how nonchalant I am about it. Because sometimes I'm like, who cares even?
Yeah, literally, like I think no one gives even two shits about how you speak. It's just like a mental thing. I don't know.
It's just like this embarrassment we always try to find as an excuse. Like, it's embarrassing, is it embarrassing? But sometimes we are the only people that find it embarrassing.
Literally.
I mean that a lot in your case.
Yeah.
Because Ghassan is in so many like situations, he's like, this is embarrassing. This, literally, one time he told me that For him, it's embarrassing to walk on the street with an umbrella.
Because it is. It still is. I never walk on the streets with an umbrella.
He did, but because like it was pouring.
Yeah.
But in such like so many situations, he's like, "No, that was so embarrassing." I'm like, like if I was in that situation, that wouldn't have been my first thought. Or even you, like you were like, "That was so embarrassing." Sometimes I'm like, "No, it wasn't." Sometimes you're right. Sometimes I also have the like the same level of like, yeah, that was embarrassing, a bit like kind of cringy maybe. But it's also not that kind of embarrassment that, damn, it will keep me up at night and be like, Jesus, why
But
did I
for
act
me,
up like that?
but for me it does. That's why I do say it's embarrassing.
Damn.
Because I don't know, as I told you, it's like, for real, it's like some mental shit.
You're
Like,
mental.
I'm mental, mate. Like, for real, I don't know. Maybe I need therapy or something. But I just can't get rid of
And
it.
not free one.
I just can't get rid of it. No matter how much I try to like go out of my zone and be like, fuck it. No, I just can't. That's why it makes it like worse for me to like socialize and open up to people and make new friends. Any type of thing that has to do with socializing.
Also with friends, besides the fact that there's the language barrier, that also the jokes are different, like the sense of some sentences is different.
It all sums up to like the language at the end.
But
Really.
in the same time, it's also the people. I feel like maybe the circles where trying to find these friends of ours, that, I mean, this kind of friends, we always choose the wrong ones, and we don't have enough connections to go there and find the right people that we could vibe in, even in German. Like, or our schools.
Hell no.
Exactly.
Like hell no. Just hell no.
It's like hard to find a person that you could vibe with in German there. It should be like a party, like university, but we live in this fucking city that has so many like universities and like international people or whatever, but like so many good people, but we don't know how to get to them, because I feel like we could have German friends. We just make the wrong ones.
Yeah, I definitely agree. But as you said, it's like this lack of connections that we have. And how are you supposed to make new connections if you aren't maybe going to, like, if you're not attending the same university or the same school or the same workplace or whatsoever? And because we're stuck in this school for like forever right now, where, as we said, most of the people there are like, you could still like find cool people, but it's so rare, like 1 out of 100 maybe. And most of the people there are really old or like weirdos, like cringy old Germans. Even like international people there are weird and just not your vibe. Like, it doesn't have to do anything with nationality actually. And because we're so limited in this like circles, like Elena said, because in our workplaces we also don't have like so many young people, we just don't have these type of connections. And I don't think there is any other way in which you could make friends like these. Maybe house parties or stuff like that, but how would you get invited to such
Oh yeah,
events,
I actually made friends like that because I did somehow got invited to one.
Yeah, somehow.
It was so funny, and I actually made some girlfriends, like one for sure that I already hang out with, and I do have the Instagram of others as well.
Mm-hmm.
And like recently, one of them posted a dump, and I wanted to comment, but she had her fucking comments turned off, and I sent it to her, and I commented.
Oh.
And then I was like, so pretty, and she was like, yeah, thank you, you too. But she's really pretty though.
But
And
you see, that's really cute. Like, it doesn't have to be like this type of friends that you get obsessed with and hang out with every day. And so like we talked about like type of friends in one of our episodes before, and it could just be connections, people you know that maybe on a random day where most of your like close friends are busy and you want to hang out or go outside with someone, you could just hit them up like, hey, long time no see, wanna catch up on our lives and go for a coffee or something like that. Like to have someone there, to have connections, get invited to events, get invited to parties, go outside as a big group of like people, have a little cute picnic, go to the beach in summer or to the lake or whatever. You know, like this kind of connections is what we are lacking in our life that would actually make us much better at socializing. It's just the first step of actually finding people you think are your vibe and are cool, to get comfortable enough with them to socialize and approach, basically.
Honestly, like me personally, I feel like somehow I managed to start doing that, having this kind of friends that I don't carry to I don't care to message, as you said, every day or something, but once in a while we're like, oh, let's go for coffee and give you like lore about what happened in my life in the past weeks since we didn't see each other or something. But the problem is that it's still in English, and
Yep.
not also just because of me, also because of them. They also don't speak German that great, which should be like a reason for us to practice. But I don't know, practicing with people that don't speak German feels like very. You feel like at the same level, you know?
Yeah.
Speaking with someone that also their German is like broken as ours.
It's like two people who don't know math and they're trying to teach it each other. Like you would get through it, but like so slowly, and you would get through it at the same level.
But you know what my boyfriend told me? Because he is German and he is trying to teach me how to like be more confident and to speak German, but I'm still like I still didn't take that step to let myself like speak to him in German, and I'm shy about it and stuff. He told me, and I told him this thing, that it's so much easier to speak with someone that is not a native. He was like, yes, Elena, but this kind of people, you will never learn something like correct. You will just mimic what they're saying. Maybe it won't be correct. And also the fact that you're trying to learn from them and they're like not natives, they will look down on you. Like they're better than you. And he was like, me personally, I don't care. And I think a lot of Germans are like that. Like they don't care. I think they actually appreciate your effort instead of like being into a competition, because they have nothing to fucking win through this, you know. It's not like a German will show off that they speak better German than you,
That's true.
because that's actually stupid in any kind of like situation. And he was super right in that matter, to be honest. And I want to start fixing my German slowly but surely this year, because I told you I'm gonna change my school. Now that I do have like more social contact and stuff, I'm about to get like a new job, and I want something that it's also like more to do with people, you know, be more social. for example, like a waiter or something like that. That would be nice. I want to, even though I avoid it, I'm not going to lie. You know how they say that to learn a language, you should be engaged in like movies and also music and socializing and stuff. So I already avoided socializing. I was very clear with that. But I also don't like German music. Of course there's good German music, you know, but the industrial stuff that I've always been presented to, I didn't enjoy, because of course in every language and culture, I know there are like oldies and good songs, and I think it's a bit different when you grew up with them, you know. And as I said, like German sense of like I don't know, just the way you think and the way you say some things, it made me cringe out sometimes, and I avoided that.
This is so real.
I
This is so real. Like, I can't even tell you, sorry for interrupting, but like the most basic ass shit, like if you want to say I love you, I find it so cringe to say I love you in German.
maybe not for me, no, not that one, but yeah, like imagine a song, you know, that is about love, and I don't know, sweet things to say, or oh my god, I'm not even gonna start with sexual stuff. I've never had anything sexual in German, and I'm I'm so against it still. Even though my boyfriend is German, I will I think I will like put my clothes on and leave if he if he drops ever a fucking word in German at me, like
Don't even try.
okay, I'm not gonna
It's-
give examples, but you know what I mean.
It's even cringe in
Like
your own language
dirty-
sometimes.
Dirty talk. Exactly, it's cringe in my own language. Imagine in German.
Literally.
I'm really like confident in these things in English, like dirty talk and shit. Sometimes even in English is fucking cringe. Like it needs to be at a good fucking moment, and like not feel forced as well.
Mm.
Like ass up, baby. I'm sorry, but yeah, in like songs and stuff, I avoided, like people were like, yeah, you should watch movies with like German subtitles. Bitch, I would not look at the subtitles. Are you kidding me? I tried. They were like, watch cartoons. If I watch cartoons, I watch like English cartoons, and that's cringe to, not cringe, that disgusting to watch something in another language that it's originated, no?
But that somehow doesn't bring you anything if you like watch movies or like listen to music where you collect like vocabulary and you don't practice it.
Yeah, but
It
that's
brings
still a
you zero
start
stuff.
because I lack both.
Yes, but like I like both too. We both like slang in German, and that's why we're
No,
like
no, no. I lack both. I mean, vocabulary, vocabulary and grammar. That's
Wow.
what I lack. Cause slang, fuck the slang, bro. That one, yeah, comes socially when you hang out with people that know how to use it and teach
Yeah,
you what it means and
y-
stuff.
But you could still like collect some like slang vocabulary through like German podcast with like young
Yeah,
people
yeah,
like
yeah.
us and shit.
That's
you know?
what I was gonna say.
Like I tried to do that, but at some point it was bringing me nothing. Cause what I was listening to the words and I was like, ah, wow, this means this and that. Good to know. And then I was never using it and I forgot everything.
Yeah, we need some, like we need German contact, and that's why we wait. That's something I think we should do, and people in general. If you want to learn a language and be good at it, I think it's good to listen to podcasts literally, and to watch like TV shows
Yeah.
that are in that language, like to watch, I don't know, like Love Island, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
If you wanna something like that, like TV show, boring ass, that people are fighting and speak normally to each other. So
like
you,
reality TV shows. You
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
not TV shows, like series, exactly, like reality stuff. And I think like that is more like a, for example, when I used to work in a hotel, so now I can talk about my job because I don't work there anymore. I used to work in housekeeping, right? And I was cleaning rooms, whatever. And sometimes the TV would turn on and would be on like some fucking German TV channel, and there would be like reality shows or just like, I don't know, this kind of games on TV, you know, with like spin the fucking, I don't know,
Wheel.
yeah, spin the wheel, or that one with the was sagt der Jäger with like general knowledge questions, and I was invested in it even though it was in German, like stuff like that. I think I could watch, but I don't have German TV, so
That's another problem.
it's like shit to search it up on YouTube, you know. It'd be nicer if I go to the kitchen and I turn on the TV or something, because I have a small TV in my kitchen. Okay, cuff me or anything, but it's so Romanian to have a TV in your kitchen. And yeah, that would be so much nicer. But something besides that, of course, you need to have a contact. But something I proposed to Hassan lately was that we should have a day of the week where we should talk German to each other. And we still didn't fucking choose a day, bro. I think this is the moment. We should do it. We should choose that day.
It will be so difficult though.
Like,
it's
even text. We should text and everything. If you want to call me, we should talk in German.
Damn, that would be so fucking hard. You can't even imagine. It's even harder to socialize with someone you got so used to speaking with them in a specific language and just switch up like that.
Oh,
so randomly.
You know what? I follow this girl on TikTok, and she's from Ukraine, and she's so nice. She's like, sometimes, I don't know, for some reason, living abroad sometimes. Like, she lived in Korea for a while. Now she's living in the UK, and like her English is really good. And at some point, she was like talking about her brother back home, and her cat got sick or whatever. And she was showing like screenshot of what her brother was saying, and people started questioning. We're like, "What the fuck are you talking in English with your brother?" And she was like, "Well, in Ukraine it's so hard like to learn English, and you need to socialize. So we're talking English with each other, so we learn with each other."
That's actually
you
really
know,
good.
and they're not like their native language is Ukrainian. Fuck.
It's like low-key. For example, I have like two younger brothers like that are 11 and 10, and they started going to school here in Germany, and they literally speak with each other in German even at home. But like when I want to speak with them, we just speak in Arabic. But it would be so much better, I think, if we speak in German. They would teach me so many words that I never heard of. I'm pretty sure of that. We just never do it, basically.
Yeah, and they learn it so like raw because they started school
exactly.
here. My brother as well. Like, my brother speaks German, but to another level than your brothers. I feel like my brother is also very like introverted, and it took time for him to make friends here. But now he does have some, and I do hear him like speak on the phone with them or going out, and I hear him outside of my house or whatever. But my brother also learned English by himself. He learned German by himself, like here at school and like socializing. But he also learned English by himself because he's playing video games. And even you remember when you told me that when you my phone was broken or whatever, you're texting with my brother because I was texting you from his account, and then I wasn't home, and you were texting me, but he was responding basically, and he was telling you Elena is not here and like whatever. He was responding to you, and Ghassan wasn't believing him that it's him and it's not me. He was like, "Why is your English so good?" And sometimes because of us living here and me having so much more contact actually in English than in Romanian, because I'm not used to talk to with my I'm not used to talk to my family about like more emotional things or like on or deeper like level. Um Whenever I'm trying to explain to my mom about something that happened into my life in English, because my English friends and my English boyfriend and everything, it's hard for me to express myself. And sometimes my brother is there and I'll be asking my brother, like, what's this word in Romanian? And I ask him in English. And that's like so helpful to have like that's such like a international people conversation.
Yeah.
How good it is to have this advantage of a language that is so like used by so many people. And it is a bit fucked up the fact that we speak like at least 3 languages. And we do know like some shit in others, but whatever. 3 languages that we actually use so much every day.
Yeah, like on a daily basis. Like sometimes it literally fucks up my mind that I forget words in my native language. Like I do be forgetting words in Arabic. Or like Elena said, because I'm not used at all to express my feelings in like Arabic or have such like emotional conversations with my parents or like people that close to me in Arabic. I literally can't express myself in Arabic, and I don't even know what specific words, English words, mean. And I do sometimes as well ask my little brothers to like help me translate words from like German to Arabic or like English to Arabic. And as Elena said, it's just because we got so used to speaking English because of how really international we are, and because of our international connections, because we have a lot of like friends that aren't German, and because of that we do use English the most than any other language, even more than our native language. Like we literally use our native languages basically just at home to say.
You could say that our native languages got to be our second language. Because, I mean, I'm so grateful that my relationship with my mom got so much closer, because I started talking to her about everything. I didn't care like anymore, and that brought us together more, like closer. And I do talk to her way more about
Personal
everything,
stuff and
personal, intimate,
yeah. Mhm.
even. And I feel like the way I'm talking is a bit more like freely, you know?
Mhm.
And also because I started speaking more Romanian. Because before I was just seeing my mom just having basic conversations, you know? But now when we sit in the kitchen and I talk to her and I sometimes explain to her stuff that happens to me, that of course is in English, it did get easier to find the right words.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. Like, for example, sometimes I be having a conversation I wanna tell her about, like, oh, look who texted me, you know, and I wanna translate. Before I was copy pasting the fucking message in Google Translate, so I'm like doing it easier because it was so embarrassing to be like, wait, what's this word? But now I find it like I just read it in English and in my mind,
Mhm.
like I read in English, but
Speak it out in
yeah,
Romanian,
yeah, I look at the text, but I speak it in
like
Romanian.
a real life Google Translator.
Yeah, exactly. It got a bit more easier these days because of how much I started talking. But yeah, it's still like so fucking struggling to with these languages. Um, so When should it be the day of us speaking German? Which day should it be? I think it should be a. I think
This
it.
is so funny. I don't know. I'm still finding it a bit embarrassing to speak with you
I
in
know, but we
German.
have to. I mean, let's not do a weekend day because we do hang out outside sometimes. Like maybe that day we have to go to a club. I don't want to fucking talk to you at the club in German. You know, let's do like a weekday, Monday to Friday, a day, one of these days.
We should choose a day right now.
Yeah, like let's do it now because we've been avoiding it. I always bring it up, but we never do it.
Damn, we gotta be committed to this.
Yeah, like let's commit.
Let's do Thursday.
Why?
What? Why? I don't know. Just it feels like it's the mid of the week.
Oh, but I said Monday to Friday. I feel like Wednesday is the middle. Yeah, let's do Wednesday or Thursday. Let's do rock, paper, scissors.
Okay. I'm Thursday. You're Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm Wednesday.
Just just once.
Yeah, just once.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. It's
Thursday
Thursday.
one.
Thursday one.
Okay, it's live. Thursday is German day.
What day is today? It's
Monday.
Monday.
So from this week immediately.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, but you're not gonna be in Leipzig.
No.
It's fine. You're gonna text me in German.
Okay. We should be committed to it for real.
We should. And I think my boyfriend will also, like, when I told my boyfriend that I want to do this with Hassan, he was like, oh my God, we should do it too. When should it start? Sunday? Okay. And it was Sunday. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I want to start with my best friend first, so I'm like more confident, you know. I want to start like safe because I still don't feel like as confident with you right now. Even
But
though
I do agree that this will help a lot because I'm pretty sure we could learn a lot from each other because you have other connections that I have and we could learn from those connections and bring back words, you know, and like teach each other.
And you do also have friends that speak German and you could do this with, you know?
I do.
And we could like start this with multiple people and then help each other out.
Yeah, I think starting it like this, slowly, step by step, especially between us because we're really like comfortable around each other and so close to each other, will make us like feel more comforted to like start it with other people that we are also close to.
And I don't feel like, exactly as you said, we're so comfortable. I feel like when I do mistakes around you, you just correct me and I'm like, oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same. Like I'm not embarrassed to make mistakes in front of you and for you to correct me as well.
But you remember, I was so like, it weirded me out, not just me speaking German in front of you, but you speaking German in front of me, like before. When you were like calling for appointments and I was like mocking you. That was so shit. I was like, oh, or back then when we had like the friend group, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that fucking girl was like making fun of you for speaking like Hochdeutsch, like so formal German. Even though that was a start, and you were trying to be confident and like you weren't here for so long, and you were trying to speak it, and she was mocking you for it.
Yeah, that was low key trashy. Not gonna lie.
Toxic.
Yeah.
It's
Like
very
as Elena said, I was like giving my best because that's why I'm also so not confident and comfortable with my German because I feel that it's so more formal because we talked about this before, but both of us are like basically responsible for all the paperwork and our families, and because I'm always like in contact with authorities and doing this type of paperwork and filling up papers and doing contracts, blah blah blah, my vocabulary is very rich of formal words and very high level vocabulary, that when I was doing calls in front of like that girl, she was sometimes mocking me like, you're saying that, oh my god, that's so cringe, like an 80-year-old German potato would say that. And I'm like, yeah, like
Yeah,
it
like
was making
that's
me,
literally what she was saying.
yeah, like it was making me feel a bit bad, because like how the fuck am I supposed to talk with them, with authorities on the phone, like I talk with a friend on the street, or what? Like the fuck am I supposed to say? And it low-key made me, that's why it's low-key like making me shy and a bit cringed out to speak German or like switch up a language that I'm used to use with a person to another one, because I'm scared of like judgment, and especially from like closer people rather than like people you don't really know, because I don't think people you don't really know would judge you. It's always the close people that, because of how comfortable they are with you, they would also like throw stuff as like jokes and expect you to take it in, and
Mm-hmm.
just laugh it out. And that's really trash.
Yeah, it was really trash. Sorry.
But yeah, I think this will bring something with it. It will be a good step forward for both of us.
Well, since we talked a bit about like social anxiety and stuff, I'm sorry, guys, we don't have tips and tricks on how to get over it because we're still not over it.
Literally.
But yeah, since we had like a little conversation about things we had to learn in while living here and stuff, what things you have in mind that you feel like you have to unlearn?
Damn, she be hitting me with those questions. Something I have to unlearn. Should I choose just one thing?
No, you can do more.
Well, I think first of all, what we've talked about right now, like I would like to unlearn being so like not confident about myself when it comes to things I know that I do fairly good enough, and to just get rid of this social embarrassment thing I have imprinted in my mind. And that affects me like on many levels in my life. I would like to unlearn that, even though it's very difficult, because as I mentioned, it's like something mental, like it's really imprinted in my brain, and it haunts me basically. I would still like to like I would still like the day to come where I'd be really secure about myself and be like, fuck it, I'm living once, no one gives two shit about whatever I say or do, and that's it. That's something I would really like to unlearn. What about you?
That's it?
Maybe I could still think about something.
Okay. Me, I would like to unlearn how it is to not be so harsh on myself. Like, I would like to unlearn this, like, lack of confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to unlearn having a sweet treat after every meal. And that's on you.
That's something we should unlearn together.
Yes. But I have to say, brothers and sisters, I managed to go like 7 days or 6 without sugar, without sweet treats. I try to avoid like sauces and stuff. I did buy a ketchup zero.
And it tasted disgusting, to be honest.
No, I feel like it's the same. Yeah, like try to be more healthy. I would like to unlearn. But besides like this, I would like to unlearn being so self-conscious about
Oh, that's a good one.
speaking German and yeah, this thing
Mm-hmm.
since we talked about it, you know.
I think something else I would like to unlearn is being always so stressed about whatever is going on in my life. I would like to unlearn that and just try to
Chill the fuck out.
literally chill the fuck out and just live in the moment without being in there and think about stuff that need to be dealt with later or in the future. Yeah, because I think that that's recently taking a really big part of my life since I'm undergoing this change, my exams, and having to sort out my life and to decide what I'm doing after school. I would like to unlearn this.
I would like to also unlearn being like too nice sometimes when I
That's-
should stand on business.
Mm, that
Yeah.
that's a tough one.
Like not really unlearn, but know how to manage it.
Mm.
Know how to balance being nice when I have to be and try to stand more on business when it's the case as well.
I always tell myself I would like to be like that, but whenever I'm put in such a situation,
And whenever I'm in the situation and you are like literally breathing on the back of my neck, be like, no, you're too nice, you're too nice. I'm like, I don't want to be otherwise.
yeah, like I do judge you, but I know that deep down I would literally do the same, because I can't be mean to
You'd be
people
like,
as well.
oh, if I was you, oh my God, I would have said this and that.
Yeah, you're right. But I know that I can't be this rude to people. I would always be nice, however people would treat me, because I'm just like that. I don't know. Maybe it's a bad thing. Maybe it's a good thing. It's for you to judge.
It's
But
very
that's
easy.
me.
Yeah. Now,
Song of the week.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna start by saying that I started watching the Fast and Furious series.
Oh my god.
And I am so into it. I just started the 7th movie today. And I'm not gonna lie, I be on those fucking Spanish songs because of them. But one that I really listened to like yesterday, I mean it's just Monday, song of the week, but song of the past 5 days. It's called Bandoleros from Don Omar and Tengo Calderon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. It's like, it screams. It screams like that vibe with the cars and those kind of barbecues they're doing and like gatherings and stuff. It was so good. And yesterday I got a little tipsy and it was so great listening to this song because we also had like a gathering, you know, it was a family gathering. We barbecued, I got tipsy. And in my head I was like, damn, I want to play this song so bad.
Sorry. For me, song of the week is What Once Was by Hers.
Whoa.
I really love this song. The melody feels really nostalgic to me, and it brings me like to almost cry, basically. And I had a special moment with someone, like a connection to this song, and it like the moment made it even more special to me. So yeah.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Deep, deep, deep.
Deep, pretty deep.
Well, thank you for being with us tonight.
Thank you for listening and tuning in as always. And we'll see you
Soon.
in
Because
another
we're
episode.
committed to this.
Yep. We're
Yep,
gonna
yep.
be more consistent.
Yes,
So-
we're back on track. I mean, we're always saying that. But you know us.
We are recently. We are. We're trying our best.
Okay, then.
See you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.